Okay, welcome back to the Vox Pathfinder 15R channel, and I got this board so far populated to that point, and we have one last coupling capacitor to install. Now there's one thing I want you to understand. When you put capacitors in the circuit, a lot of times there's like an outer foil that's attached to one lead, and that's the lead you want to go towards ground or the lowest impedance side. Now, if you know your circuit analysis, you can figure that out. Here I have a schematic, and they annotate that with the curved line, which side is the lower impedance. Although this schematic is wrong. They've got them all in the wrong direction. You can go to Rob Robinette's, and he actually shows the correct orientation of which side should point where. Now, interestingly enough, and I'm going to show you how I figure it out, I made this marker for which side is the outer foil. Some people would say, oh, these capacitors don't have it. Now, but I'm going to show you that they do. So you see that logo on this side? That's the side of the lowest impedance. So you'd say, okay, you're looking at this capacitor, and it should be on this side, right? So what we do is I get the oscilloscope going. And I attach the ground to the side that I believe is the where the outer foil should go, and the positive to the other side. And then I hold the capacitor like so. I just want to see if I can steady it out. But you can see it takes roughly like 3 squares, graticules, or whatever you want to call it. Okay. So now, if I reverse it, it should increase in size. But look, now it's contained to 2 graticules. Okay? And that's with the ground on that side, not this side like all the other capacitors. So that's the side for making minimum noise. And hold a second. So let me just demonstrate this again. So you see that waveform? It's like almost 3, like over 2.5 graticules. And then again, reverse it. That waveform is smaller. completely contained within 2. Maybe not a huge difference, but you know, every little bit counts. It's only if I touch the lead itself. That'd do it either way. So there you go. And again, reverse it. Waveform's even bigger and more out of control. I'll just do it again to where it should go. And there it's slightly small, it's smaller. Okay, so that's it. So we know for this capacitor, this is the side you want to go to lower impedance, not that side. Switch that oscilloscope off. All right, now let's go to a little bit of what I'm doing. See if it'll focus. Looks like it's pretty in focus. All right, let me see if I can go maybe 3 times. Doesn't want to focus there. Maybe it's too magnified, I don't know. There you go, 2 times. Let's see if I can get myself in there. Let me show you what I do. So what I do is, as I'm going along, I'm not only looking at the layout. I'm like checking out the schematic, and right now I want to put this coupling capacitor that they're calling C3 after the first stage of the normal channel, and that's going to touch R9, this 100K plate resistor. And I don't want the anode to be pushing that way. I want the anode towards the plate resistor. Okay. Hopefully that's in focus. Probably not. So here's the 100K plate resistor. And that's the side that I want the lower impedance side to go. So I just come in here and I just position the capacitor halfway around, and I just start twisting the legs around the turrets. Now actually I can go, because I'm going to have more stuff to this side. Let me just straighten out the legs. Depending on how much room you have, there's going to be a... Actually, I probably have plenty of room here, but I'm just going to wrap around this way. And then, is that in the field of view? And then I'm just going to start wrapping here. On the upper turret. Of course, it's a lot easier if I don't have to film this. So just take the needle nose pliers, start wrapping it more on that end, and then start wrapping it over there. Now what I can do, you don't need excessive wraps around these posts. So I just start clipping the legs to the length I need. Doesn't have to be atrociously long. That's actually longer than I need, but so what I do is I start wrapping the needle nose pliers and then bending the lead around. Gets it to tighten up. Same over here. Of course, this is longer than I need, but for doing the soldering work, actually you only need to do like 360 at best, maybe even 270 degree wrap is very acceptable. This one up here is above, going past 360. But that's it. So I'm just going to complete this board, and then we'll do the soldering in the next video. But nothing is soldered. This is all how it's supposed to be. They're supposed to be so well held up, you know, installed that you can do this and nothing's going flying before you even solder it together. And, you know, we got our ground bus wire, which is like coat hanger thick copper. Here's the other one for the preamp section, and it's going off to where I want to connect it eventually in the amplifier. So this is video number 2, and thanks for tuning in.